It's Ron Reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, Fascism versus Free Speech. Back in the mid-'80s, in my high school government class, we were shown a dramatic film about the events transpiring in Skokie, Illinois in 1977. Skokie, at the time, was a heavily Jewish community, which is why neo-Nazis planned a march there. The local government passed ordinance after ordinance trying to stop it from happening, but the case went all the way to the Supreme Court, where the neo-Nazis were represented by a Jewish lawyer from the ACLU, and the Nazis won. The elderly Danny Kaye, you know the court jester Hans Christian Andersen, he was in it playing a Holocaust survivor, and he was fantastic. No free speech from Nazis! And the Blues Brothers film later mocked the entire event in the scene where they drive the Bluesmobile through a Nazi demonstration on a bridge. The fucking Nazi party indeed. Anyway, the entire point to my class seeing this Skokie movie was to examine the idea that in America, free speech, with only a few common sense exceptions, must be near absolute, especially for speech that we revile. It's essentially a free speech absolutism philosophy, which tends to be the prevailing view among liberals and moderates. Even conservatives pay it lip service. I mean, it's how we were all brought up. But lately, I've been wondering, what do you do when the opening argument of a political discussion is a conscious lie? Are you really going to spend all your time trying to persuade your opponent that global warming does, in fact, exist? Are you really gonna let discussing whether you're a groomer take over the entire conversation? Or even whether the latest unarmed black man shot dead by the police was high on marijuana? What do you do when conservatives flood the zone with bullshit? These are all joke arguments, not meant to enlighten, but rather to distract, to confuse, literally to destroy the debate. What the free speech absolutist point of view tends to leave out is that we don't do free speech as an end in itself, but rather to enable the marketplace of ideas. That is, free speech exists so that we might have lively, thriving debate and discussion about our civilization. Such discussion is the foundation upon which democracy is built. No marketplace of ideas, no America. The absolutists seem to believe that this all sort of takes care of itself, that free speech and the marketplace of ideas are the same thing. But conservatives are showing us that's not true. Salon's Amanda Marcotte recently reminded us of French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre's take on fascist speech right after World War II. Fascists know that their remarks are frivolous, and by getting others to engage with their bad faith arguments, fascists discredit the seriousness of their interlocutors, and they seek not to persuade by sound argument, but to intimidate and disconcert. Fascism destroys the assumptions of the free speech absolutists as readily as they destroy the marketplace of ideas. Fixing the problem with more free speech isn't working. It's not taking care of itself. We need to confront this problem honestly, and we need to do it quickly, and I'm at a loss for how to do it. I mean, I'm really uncomfortable with censorship myself, but I do like some of the attempts made by online platforms to combat disinformation. We should go much further with this, maybe even pass it into law, even while we refine the process such that it doesn't shut down legitimate discussion right alongside Nazi bullshit. Beyond that, I don't know. But I will say this, as a theater artist, I am very drawn to the power of spectacle and performance. That scene I mentioned from the Blues Brothers, it is brilliant from this perspective, more meaningful right now than it has ever been. We need lots more stuff like this. Because, you know, I hate Illinois Nazis. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe.